Her mind never stopped. It was like a bird trapped inside a house. It flew from one wall to the next, always searching, never resting. The young woman felt this constant noise every day. She tried to eat, but her thoughts were loud. She tried to sleep, but her worries kept the light on. She spent all her time living in two places that did not exist. One place was the past. She kept replaying old mistakes she had already made. The other place was the future. She felt cold fear about things that might happen tomorrow. She was never truly here, right now. This constant moving back and forth made her heart heavy. Her chest felt tight. She searched for peace, but peace felt impossible to find. She read books. She tried to distract herself. Nothing worked. The noise always came back, stronger than before. One morning, she decided she could not bear this suffering anymore. She knew of a wise teacher living high on a quiet hill. This teacher was known for helping people find calm. The young woman knew she had to go. The path up the hill was long and winding. Her legs ached with every step, but the pain in her mind was much worse than the pain in her body. Her desperation pushed her forward. She thought about turning back many times, but she remembered the sleepless nights and the heavy sadness. She kept walking. Finally, she reached the top. The air was clean and still. She found the wise teacher sitting under a very old tree. The teacher was a woman who seemed to hold all the quiet in the world. She was kneeling, tending to a small garden of bright flowers. The young woman approached the teacher and fell to her knees. Her voice trembled when she spoke. "Oh, wise one," she said, "please help me. My mind gives me no rest. It is a terrible storm inside my head. I am haunted by the past. I am terrified of the future. I have tried everything to stop the noise. Show me the way to peace." The wise woman looked at her with eyes full of kindness. She saw the deep tiredness and suffering on the young woman's face. She did not speak right away. She stood up slowly and walked into a small, simple hut nearby. The teacher returned holding a small clay jar. Inside the jar, a tiny tea light flickered. The flame was small and very delicate. "My child," the wise woman said gently, "I will show you the way. But first, you have one simple task to complete." The young woman sat up quickly. "I will do anything. What is the task?" The wise woman handed her the jar with the flame. "Take this lamp down to the village at the bottom of the hill. Then, you must bring it back up here to me. The rule is simple. The flame must not go out. If the flame dies even once, you must start the whole journey over." The young woman was confused. This seemed too easy. She had expected a long prayer or a difficult meditation, but she took the jar carefully in both hands. She stood up and began walking down the hill toward the village. She had only walked a few steps when a cool breeze swept up the path. The tiny flame leaned sideways, ready to die. Fear shot through her. She quickly cupped her hands around the jar. She shielded it completely from the wind. She realized this task was not easy at all. It needed all of her attention. She began to walk much, much slower. Her eyes never left the small flickering light. Her entire world shrunk down to that one small circle of warmth in her hands. She noticed other people walking up the path. They smiled and greeted her. They tried to talk to her, but she could not answer them. She had to step carefully around them so they would not bump her. She barely noticed their faces or heard their words. Her focus was only on the flame. As she moved forward, the path became rougher. Small, loose stones rolled under her feet. If she stumbled, the flame would go out. She watched every single step. She placed her feet down gently, one step at a time. She felt the ground beneath her shoes. She felt the weight of the jar in her hands. A little farther down, a group of children ran past her, laughing loudly. In the past, this noise would have made her angry or distracted. Now, she just stood still. She waited until the children were gone. She did not look up. She kept her whole mind fixed on the light. The sun was high now. It made the air warm. Sweat started to drip from her forehead. Her hands began to ache from holding the jar so steady, but she could not move them. She could not shift her weight. If she moved, the light might die. She passed a field full of bright yellow flowers. Their sweet smell filled the air. She usually loved that smell, but she did not notice it now. She passed a stream where the clear water rushed over smooth stones. She did not stop to look at the water. She did not hear the gentle sound of the stream. A beautiful bird with bright blue feathers landed on a branch right next to her. It sang a loud, clear song. In the past, she would have stopped to watch it fly away. Now, she did not even turn her head. All her senses were focused on the light. Every sound, every sight, every thought that tried to pull her away was ignored. She realized something strange. She was walking slowly, but she felt completely calm. The storm in her head was gone. There was no room for it. Her mind was too busy with the present task. It was completely full of the tiny flame. She finally reached the village. The air smelled of wood smoke and cooking food. People were busy talking and trading things. It was loud and full of life. She stood at the edge of the village for only a moment. She did not stop to rest. She knew she had to protect the flame. Without waiting, she turned right around. The climb back up the hill was much harder. Her legs were tired now. Her arms ached from the effort of holding the lamp steady for so long. The path was steeper going up. As the sun began to set, the light started to fade. The whole sky turned shades of brilliant orange and pink. It was a beautiful sight. But the young woman did not see the sky. She did not notice the colors. Her world was only the small yellow light right in front of her. She had to breathe heavily as she climbed. She felt every single muscle working. She felt the cool air entering her lungs and leaving her body. She felt the burning in her legs. This physical pain was real, but it was simple. It was not the confusing, complicated pain of her past worries. She kept going, one careful step after another. The jar was heavy now. She was tired, but she was not stressed. Her mind was quiet. It was focused completely on the job. Keep the flame alive. Finally, she saw the top of the hill. She saw the old tree. The wise woman was waiting for her, sitting peacefully, watching the darkening sky. The young woman reached the top, breathing hard but feeling triumphant. She carefully set the jar down on a flat stone. The flame still burned, steady and bright. "Guruji," she said, catching her breath, "I finished the task." The wise woman smiled gently. "Tell me, my child," she asked, "what did you see on your long journey?" The young woman thought for a moment. She looked around the quiet hilltop. "I saw nothing, Guruji," she replied. "I saw nothing but this flame. I looked only at the light." The wise woman nodded slowly. "Did you see the beautiful sunset as you climbed back up?" "No, Guruji." "Did you hear the children laughing, or smell the flowers, or watch the bird with the bright blue feathers?" "I heard sounds, but I did not listen to them. My mind was on the flame. I noticed nothing else." The wise woman leaned forward, her voice soft and clear. "And tell me this," she asked. "During this entire journey, where was your past?" The young woman paused. She realized she had not thought about her mistakes even once. "It was gone," she whispered. "And where was your future? Your worries about tomorrow?" "They were gone too," she said. My mind was completely silent. The wise woman picked up the jar and held the flame. "That is the secret to peace," she said. "Your mind is like this beautiful, delicate flame. It needs all of your attention. When you give your entire focus to the present moment, to the light right now, the noise of the past and the future has no room to live." She explained that the flame was the present moment. The wind was the distraction of the world. The stones and the steep path were the challenges of life. By focusing completely on the small task, the young woman had forced her mind to be present. She had controlled her thoughts without even trying. "You tried to fight your thoughts before," the wise woman said. "You cannot fight a storm, but you can give your mind something else to do. You can give it a single point of focus. That focus is always manageable. It is always peaceful. It is always enough." The young woman felt a deep sense of relief. It was like her chest finally opened up. Air slid in like cool, clean water. For the first time in years, her mind was quiet. She had found peace not by changing the world, but by changing where she put her attention. You can learn this same lesson today. Your mind is powerful, but it is easily distracted. If you do not give it a job, it will create its own problems. It will fly like a restless bird between yesterday and tomorrow. But you can choose your focus. You can choose your own small light to protect. This is called mindfulness. It is the simple act of putting your whole self into what is happening right now. How can you start this simple practice? You do not need to walk up a hill. You can find your own anchor. An anchor is a small thing that keeps your mind steady. Try this simple exercise right now. Feel your breath. Do not change it. Just notice the cool air coming in through your nose. Notice the warm air leaving your mouth. Do this for just 5 slow breaths. For those few seconds, your mind is focused. The noise cannot enter. Or you can use your senses. When you eat food, do not look at your phone. Just taste the food, feel the texture, smell the spice. Give the food all of your attention. When you drink a warm mug of tea or coffee, only feel the heat. Notice the steam rising. Focus only on the comfort of holding the mug. 30 seconds of this complete focus is enough to start. When you walk, pay attention to your feet hitting the ground. One foot, then the next. Feel the movement. Do not let your mind race ahead to the destination. Just be present in the walk. Every time you feel the old chatter rising, the worries about what you should have done or what you must do, picture that small, steady flame. Take one slow breath. Feel your feet on the floor. Choose your anchor. The present moment is the only place where peace truly lives. It is the only place where you have power. Give it all of you. Keep feeding the flame. If this story helped you find a moment of peace, like and share it with someone else who needs quiet. Subscribe to the channel for more stories of wisdom that help you grow. Stay present, stay peaceful, and keep growing.